Hello, investors and future investors. Welcome to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be getting into some option tips and tricks. I'm going to show you some option tricks that I have been using in order for me to scale up my portfolio, get additional income, and most of the time, it helps lower my average cost. Now, if you are new to options trading, or you're trying to use options to help you supplement your regular 9 to 5, then you so happen to stumble onto the right video. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back, investors and future investors. My name is Tim, and on this channel, I show you how I use my portfolio in order to make consistent income. For today's video, I'll be letting you in on one option tip that I keep using over and over, which I share with my Discord community in order for me to level up my portfolio by scaling my portfolio, and it also helps you make additional income. As usual, I will be giving you a step-by-step walkthrough of this option trick, which I use personally, and maybe it could help you as well. But remember, make sure you go ahead, do your own due diligence before getting to any of these tips and tricks that I feature on this channel. Now, our stock of choice for today is going to be none other than one of my favorites, which is going to be Rigetti Computing. That ticker is going to be RGTI. Now, if you guys are new here, welcome. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you guys are fully aware I have been trading this stock for quite a while. So before I go ahead and start off this video, let me just go ahead and jump into the stock history so I could give you guys just an idea of how long I've been trading the stock and why I like this stock so much. So I'm in history right now. If I go all the way down, you could see I've been trading the stock for almost 2 years right now. So Rigetti Computing, the reason why I love trading the stock, I'm not here because of the quantum. I'm here because it pays some really good options premium. As most of you guys know, I'm an income options trader. I trade options in order for me to get consistent cash flow and grow my account. So with Rigetti, the trick I'm going to use for today is what's known as averaging up. So I had an average cost of Rigetti into my portfolio. Let's go back to the Excel spreadsheet. So right here, you can see my average cost used to be $16.24 per share. Now, because I have such a low average cost, it allowed me to get some really nice juicy options premium. Now, I've been waiting for the stock to have a pullback into the teens, and I finally got the opportunity. As of making this video, the stock has pulled back below the $20 mark, so I took that opportunity to go ahead and pick up an additional 100 shares. Let's go ahead and go down into the portfolio. So with the additional 100 shares that I picked up, that has now moved me to 200 shares. So like I said at the start of the video, this is going to help me scale up. In addition to that, although I now have 200 shares of Rigetti, it still represents a very small part of my portfolio. Although I have been trading this stock for such a long time, I am still fully aware that this stock is still a very speculative stock. So you want this stock to be a very small part of your portfolio. Now, my total return has reduced because at the average cost of 16.24 and the stock price trade at $19, my average cost was way higher. Now, because I added additional 100 shares, my average cost has moved up from 16.24 to 18.10. Here is one of the best parts. Although I went ahead and I bought an additional 100 shares at the current share price and it brought my average cost a bit higher, my average cost is still below the current share price of 1983. So whenever you decide to average up, always make sure to just do a quick math calculation to make sure you're doing the right thing. Now, my total return so far, my 200 shares, as you can see here, is roughly 9% or $339. So if I were to get rid of my 200 shares right now, I would lock in a profit of $340. Now, you will see some slight fluctuations because as of making this video, the stock market is currently open. Now, in addition to me adding 100 shares and get my average cost just a bit higher, I'm now also able to trade multiple contracts. So as you can see down here, I do have one contract of RGTI at a $27 call. Now that I have an additional 100 shares, I can go ahead and sell an additional contract. So now I'm going to walk you through a contract that I will go ahead and get into. So for that, let's go ahead and open up the options chain right here in order for us to go ahead and start off this trade. Now, for those of you new here, welcome once again. All this information I am circling down here is what's known as the option chain. What the option chain does is that it gives us enough information in order for us to go ahead and make a very informed decision before getting into any options contract. Now, speaking of options contract, before I go ahead and walk you through an additional contract, I'm going to go ahead and pick up on RGTI. Now that I have averaged up, I want you guys to go ahead and do yourself two favors. Favor number one, always make sure to go ahead and do your own due diligence before investing or before trading. What might work for my portfolio, quite frankly, may not work for yours. Favor number two, always make sure to have an exit strategy before getting to any options trade. That way, if the trade do decide to go tits up, then at least you know how to get out of the trade. And lastly, these videos are for education and informational purposes only, and it merely represents what I'm doing with my own personal portfolio. And no, I'm not a financial advisor. Now that we got that out of the way, this is the next contract I would be choosing for Rigetti Computing. So we're going to be going ahead to sell, and we're going to be going to call because I do cover calls if I do have multiples of hundreds of shares. And now I'm going to adjust my strike date. The strike date I'm going to be going with is going to be July 24th, which gives me around 30 days to expiration. And as most of you guys know, my sweet spot for expiration date is roughly around monthly. I love doing monthly options. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose my strike price above the current share price of 1985. Once again, the current share price of 1985 is above my average cost. My average cost is all the way down here. So by going above the current share price, I will be getting even more options premium, and I'm going to go ahead and calculate the ROI for you guys. So let's go ahead. We're going to go all the way up, and then we're going to go to, I'm looking for around $50. So there you have it. I will be going with the $28 price right here. Now, there's several reasons why I'm going to be going with the $28 strike price right here. Reason number one, my chance of profit. My chance of profit is in the 90 percentile, so that means there's only a 10% chance this trade could go against me. Those are odds I'm willing to take. Another reason is that I'm going to get paid. The amount I'm going to get paid here is going to be 50 cents in the options world. However, in the real world, each option contract does have 100 shares. So once you multiply this 50 cents by 100, I'll be locking in $50. Now, that $50 is going to give me an ROI, or return on my investment. My investment, like I just showed you, is going to be $18.10. So the $18.10, I have 100 shares. I'm going to divide the amount of income that's going to get me. The amount of income is going to get me is going to be $50. Once I divide the $50 by 1810, or $1,810, I will get an ROI of almost 3%, which happens to be right in the sweet spot of the ROI that I like to receive. Now, for me and my portfolio personally, I like to get a return on my investment of 3% and upwards. It may not always get to that, but time compounds, I will get to that number. So that's one option tip that I use with any stock that I think is trading at a very good price in order for me to scale up my portfolio, in order for me to now be able to trade multiple contracts, and I'm still able to get some growth. So before I go ahead, I want to ask you guys to go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to see what my team and I are doing, then you could go ahead and consider becoming part of the Consistent Income team. That link is going to be in the description below. Now, the growth aspect, I haven't gotten into it yet. So the reason why I went ahead and chose a $28 strike price right here is because it's very far away from my average cost. Remember, my average cost is, let's say, $18. Now, $18 minus $28 here is going to represent a $10 spread. So if I am assigned, meaning at expiration date or before, if the share price of Rigetti Computing goes above the $28, I will lose my 200 shares. However, the difference between the 18 and the 28 is $10. Like I mentioned, each option contract has 100 shares. So I'm going to multiply the $10 by 100, and I'm going to be getting $1,000. Also remember, I now have 200 shares. So now my total gain is going to be $2,000. So that is one trick that I've been using for years now in order to average up. Do not be able to average up. And I know most of the YouTube channels always show you how to average down, but I want to reassure you there's nothing wrong with averaging up as well. Before I go ahead, I want to leave you guys with one other stock that I'm trying to average up on or average down, and that depends on what the market is going to give me. And that's going to be APLD or Applied Digital. The reason why I want to use this stock to get even more is, once again, it's quite similar to Rigetti Computing. It pays some really, really nice premium. The current share price is at $43.07. However, my average cost is $46.23. So if I were to buy right now, I'll be averaging down. Now, here's the thing. I've already gone ahead and got an exit strategy, which I always mention. My exit strategy would be, if Applied goes below $40, then and only then will I consider adding to the portfolio. In addition to that, Applied is also 7% of my portfolio, which is really high for a speculative stock. So I would not go ahead and add to Applied until this becomes a way smaller part of my portfolio. And the way I do that is by me going ahead and grow the portfolio with other stocks that are more stable, that are core to the portfolio. So there you have it, investors and future investors. That is one tip and some tricks I use in order to average up my portfolio, in order to better average cost and be able to make even more consistent gain with options premium. Now, if you guys have any questions about the option tips and tricks, I do have several videos on the channel, or you could feel free to let me know all your questions in the comments below. Now, for those of you who have made it to the end of the video, you guys are the real investors and future investors. If you have not already, now would be the perfect opportunity for you to go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Consider becoming part of the Consistent Income team, and that link is going to be in the description below and also in the pinned comments. Now, the whole point of me going ahead and make all this free content on YouTube is because I do have first-hand knowledge, the power of options trading and how it could change lives. So if you do know of anyone out there that is struggling to grow a small account portfolio, the right thing to do is to go ahead and share this video with them. Together, let's help as many as we possibly can start generating income from options trading. Now, until the next video, keep pushing your investments.